module, we're going to have a bunch of utility functions.
Qué pena,
Okay.
no tenía el audio
Then
activo.
import the
Discúlpenme.
usage module into the current module and call this function. Finally, get the result and print it on the terminal. This is a fantastic exercise to teach. Import the usual practice from here, paste, and return the largest number in that list. Now, after you do this, go ahead and put this function in a separate module. So extract it from here and put it in a module called utils. So in this module, we're going to have a bunch of utility functions. Okay? Then,
call utils.
Import the utils module into the current module and call this function.
Import the module and call the function find max.
Finally, get the result and print it on the terminal.
Find the result and print it on the terminal.
This is a fantastic exercise to teach you.
Ok, word a function called find max. Ok, entonces básicamente todo esto va dentro de una función que la vamos a definir. Find max. Y este va a recibir una lista va a recibir una lista entonces para esta lista en lista for number a max lista agréguele el número imprima lista. Listo. Y aquí lo vamos a llamar con find max y le vamos a agregar numbers. Me tiene que imprimir 10. Pero si le agregamos el 80 para ver si lo recorre todo, 80. Listo. Should take a list, ok. Should take a list, ok, ya toma la lista and return the largest. Pero entonces me tiene que devolver return max. Otra vez lo corremos. Pero entonces tengo que imprimir print fonts 10. Entonces comienza en 0. 0 es mayor que 10. 10 es mayor que 10. No, es igual. Entonces asígneselo. 3 y el 80 es mayor. Sí, si eso es verdad, asígnale eso al máximo. Son numbers. Otra vez 10, pero ¿por qué no me imprime 80? Imprímame. Listo. Era un error de indentación, ok. Print out max, ok. Listo. Entonces, and return the largest number. Return the largest number. Okay. Put this function in a different module. Okay. And we're gonna call it utils.py. Okay. Call it utils and import the module and call the function. Okay. Entonces, import utils import. No, primero utils. Utils. Ok. Y ahí find max. Entonces, utils listo. Entonces, put this function a different module, call it utils, import the modules, and call the function find max, and find the result and print it on the terminal. Find the result and print it on the terminal. Listo. Ya estuvo el ejercicio. Creamos tanto lista, numbers, ok, y volvamos al máximo. Aquí imprime desde el primero y no lo sigue recorriendo, entonces por eso lo imprime afuera, para que siga corriendo y lo imprima afuera, pero dentro de la misma función. Listo. Falta aquí 220, digamos. Ya lo recorrió todo. No importa.
How to properly organize your code. So go ahead and spend a couple of minutes on this exercise.
Entonces este lo vamos a llamar como hg modules.py. Este es 9. Y vamos a mover este para acá. Y acá refactor. FH y entonces este rename y 9, listo. Pero entonces Python projects.util y util as a util. Import y 890. Vamos a probarlo con 890. Me tiene que dar 890. 890. Listo. Project models. Git add. Git commit. Project modules. Git commit. ¿Qué pasó? Git bash. Cm disk let's status git commit project modules git push.
So the first step is to define a function called find max. So on the top, I'm going to define a function find max. This function should take a list of numbers. So we add a parameter called numbers. Now inside of this function, we want to have these few lines. This is the algorithm for finding the largest number in a list. We don't want to bring the first line because this is where we create a list. So somewhere in our program, we're going to create this list and then pass it as an argument to find max function. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab these few lines, cut them, and then put them inside of find max function. All right, so we find the largest number in this list. Finally, we need to return it. So return max. So here's our function. Now we need to move this into a separate module. So let's go to the project panel, right-click the project, and add a new file. We can also add a new Python file. It's the same. Let's call that utils. So if you add a new Python file, PyCharm automatically adds .py extension. But if you go to new file, we'll have to explicitly type out .py. So make sure to get the extension right. Now, back to app.py. Let's cut this code and paste it into this new module. Okay, beautiful. Now we go back to app.py and import our new module. We can either import the entire module, so import utils, and then access individual functions. So we can call utils dot find max, or we can explicitly import this function from the utils module. It doesn't really make a difference. So we could type from utils import find max. And then we don't need to prefix this with the name of each object. So we simply call find max. Now we need to call this after we initialize our list. So first we need to define the list of numbers. Then we pass that list as an argument to find max. We get the result, which is max, and finally we print it on the terminal. Let's go ahead and run our program. So the largest number in this list is 10. Beautiful. Now, one last thing before we finish this tutorial. Here we have this little warning under max. And the tooltip says shadows built-in name max. The reason we see this is because in Python, we actually have a function called max, and it does the exact same job as our find max function. So this is actually built into Python. But I have as our find max function. So this is actually built into Python. But I ask you to do it as an exercise because it's a great exercise. And it does the exact same job as our find max function. So this is actually built into Python. But I ask you to do it as an exercise because it's a great exercise for beginners. Now, back to the warning. This warning is basically telling us that we are overwriting the built-in max function in Python. So we're changing the meaning of this function. And this is considered a bad practice. Let me show you what I mean. So let's comment out what we have on line 4. By putting a hash sign here, we can also use a shortcut, command and slash on Mac, or control and slash on Windows. A shortcut, command and its function in Python is basically telling us that we are overwriting the built-in max function in Python. So we're changing the meaning of this function, and this is considered a bad practice. Let me show you what I mean. So let's comment out what we have on line 4. By putting a hash sign here, we can also use a shortcut, command and slash on Mac, or control and slash on Windows. So now this line is commented out. Look at the color of max here. It's purple. It's the same color as print. And this is the color used to identify the built-in functions. So now we can call this function and give it our list of numbers. Run our program, we get the exact same result. However, if we bring this line back, once again, we can use the same shortcut, that is command and slash on Mac, or control slash on Windows. Now we're redefining max. So up to this line, max used to be a function, but after line 4 is executed, so control slash on Windows. Now we're redefining max. So up to this line, max used to be a function, but after line 4 is executed, max is set to an integer. That is the largest number in this list. So we'll no longer be able to call it on line 5. Let's run our program and see what happens. So there we go. We get this type error. Int object is not callable because max is now an integer. It's not a function, so we cannot call it. So to solve this problem, we can rename this variable to something else. So right click here, go to refactor and rename. And rename this to maximum. So you can see the warning is gone. Also, we have the same warning in our utils module. So here we're redefining max, and as I told you before, this is a bad practice. We're changing the meaning of built-in functions in Python.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science.
It's brilliant.org.
Whoa.
Really? So let's rename this as well. I'm going to use the shortcut that is Shift and F6. There you go. And here we can change this to maximum. Enter, done. Enter, done.
Packages, ok. Vámonos con packages. Okay. Let's we go again.
In this tutorial, we're going to talk about packages in Python. Packages are basically another way to organize our code. So currently we have only 3 files for...
Pero yo quería ver modules acá. Loop system, reading files, dictionary tubes, regular expression, function, variable expression, statement expression, more loop patterns, reading files in Python, upstream, string file list, and word join partner. Python objects, models. Bueno, aquí no hay nada de models.
Three modules in our project, but a real project can contain hundreds or even thousands of modules. We don't want to add all those modules here, because over time, this directory will get bloated with so many files. So a better approach is to organize related modules inside of a package.
Package is a container. Package is a container.
A package is a container for multiple modules.
For
In file system terms, a
multiple
package is a
modules.
directory or folder. So in our project, we can add a new system terms, a package is a directory or folder, multiple modules.
In file system terms,
In file system terms, a package is a directory or folder.
in system, ¿cómo es que dice?
For multiple modules.
In file system
In file
terms,
system terms,
in file system terms, in file system terms, a package is
a package is a directory
directory or folder.
or folder. So in our project, we can add a new directory, and in that directory, we can add all the related modules. As a metaphor, think of a mall. When you go to a mall or a shopping center, there are different sections for men's, women's, and kids' clothing. So that is like a package. Now, when you go to the men's section, there are different areas for different kinds of products. We have a section for shoes, t-shirts, jackets, and so on. So each of these is like a module. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create and use packages in Python. Here in our project panel, right-click the project and add a new directory.
File, new file.
Let's call this directory add a
Directory. New window, no. Open, add folder to workspace.
a new directory. Let's call this directory e-commerce. So we're going to create a package called e-commerce. And in this package, we're going to have all the modules related for an e-commerce application. For example, we can have modules for sales, shipping, customer service, and so on. So let's go ahead. Now, here we have an empty directory. In order to convert this to a package, we need to add now. Here we have an service and so on. For example, we can have modules for
We can have model for sales, shipping, customer service, to service.
Sales, shipping, customer service, and so on. So let's go ahead. Now, here we have an empty directory. In order to convert this to a package, we need to add a special file in it. So right-click this directory and add a new Python file. Call that file $init $. This is a special convention in Python. When Python interpreter sees a file with this name in a directory, it treats this directory as a package. We also have a shortcut for that in PyCharm. So let me delete this directory. Package. A file with this name mentioned in Python. $. This is other file $, a new Python file. Call that file $init $. This is a special convention in Python. When Python interpreter sees a file with this name in a directory,
when Python interpreter sees a file with this name, when Python interpreter sees a file this name and
when Python interpreter sees a file with this name in a directory
and name in a directory, it treats this directory as a package. Package. Correct. The initial is a special Python file that indicates the Python interpreter that the directory should be treated as a package key points. When a directory contains a file, Python considers package and allow importing module from it. Can be empty or contain code. It can be an empty file just to indicate a package. It can also contain initialization code for the package. Setting up login, defining package weight variables, or importing specific modules. You can then import module as a package module. Implicit name, okay. But how can I create a package? How can create this package from Visual Studio Code? Select new folder, name it package or any other name. Inside of my package, create a new file, call it initial read new file. Module 1, module 2, from, say something initial. This script, main file in the other folder. In the root folder, my package grid.
It treats this directory as a package. We also have a shortcut for that in PyCharm. So let me delete this directory and start again. So delete. Once again, right-click the project and go to new. But instead of a new directory, we can create a new Python package. Let's call our package e-commerce. As you can see, PyCharm automatically creates this file for us, so we don't have to manually create it. Okay. Now, in this package, let's add a new module. So a new Python file. Let's call it shipping. Okay. Now in this module, we want to add a function for calculating the shipping cost. So define calculate the shipping cost.
Shipping cost.
So define calculate underline shipping.
Entonces me falta packages, generate random values, working with directories, pp and pip, automation with Python, automation with Python. ¿Cómo se dice eso? ¿Qué?
Automation.
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 Automation. Automóvil. Automation. Oye, en francés también lo hace ahora. Assiduité. Assiduité. Solo lo hace shed. Shape. Façonner, former, moduler.
And don't worry about parameters or the implementation. You simply print, calculate, underline, shipping. Now let's say we want to import this shipping module into our app module. With this new structure, this shipping module is now part of the e-commerce package. So we cannot import it directly. We have to start from the e-commerce package. Okay? So, actual app.py. Once again, there are two ways to import this module. You can import the entire module, or you can import one of its functions or classes. So let me show you both approaches. First, we're going to import the entire module. Import. Now, what is the name of our package? It's e-commerce, right? So e-commerce
E-commerce.
dot shipping. So instead of typing import shipping, we type import e-commerce dot shipping. We have to prefix it with the name of its package. Now to access any of the functions or classes in this module, we'll have to type out e-commerce dot shipping dot, and there you go. Now we can access the calculate shipping function. So let's go ahead and run our program. We see this message printed on the terminal, beautiful. However, with this approach, every time we want to call one of the functions in this module, we'll have to prefix it with e-commerce dot shipping dot. That is very verbose. So when working with package dot shipping dot, that is very verbose.
Verbose? What is verbose? Verbose. 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 Cambridge Dictionary. Verbose. It's the first time that I heard that. Verbose. Using or containing more words than are necessary. Using or containing more words than are necessary. Verbose. That we call diarrhea.
So when working with packages, we often use the second approach using the from statement. So we can
Verborrea. Lo siento. Verborrea.
type from e-commerce.shipping, import, calculate shipping.
Okay. This is verbose. This is verbose. It's verb import from e-commerce, import into shipping, import, calculate shipping.
Now we don't have to import, calculate, shipping. Now we don't have to prefix this function with e-commerce.shipping, and we can call it multiple times in this module. So our code is a little bit shorter. But what if you want to use multiple functions in this shipping module? We can either import them all here, so calculate shipping, comma, let's say calculate underlying tax, or we can import the entire module and then access all the functions or classes in that module. So let me revert this back. To import the entire module, we type from e-commerce, so we remove .shipping, e-commerce, so functions or class tags, or calculate shipping and in this shipping module.
You can either import them if you want. That's the key. Calc tax.py. Tax calc. Okay. A ver si es ando. You can import if you want. You can import functions. Like this.
We can either import them all here, so calculate shipping, comma, let's say calculate underlying tax, or we can import the entire module and then access all the functions or classes in that module.
Caltax. You know what is the problem? No, but it's outside. This for caltax cannot import caltax from e-commerce. From e-commerce.
We import shipping in this shift from approach very verbose. You see, which every time you want to call one on the term, you have to type out e-commerce.shipping dot
Pues que ya está apuntando a shipping.py. Podríamos hacer esto. Ahí ya lo va a leer, ¿sí o no? Otra vez inténtelo. Call text.
And there you go. Now we can access the calculate shipping function. So let's go ahead and run our program. We see this message printed on the terminal. Beautiful. However, with this approach, every time you want to call one of the functions in this module, we'll have to prefix it with e-commerce dot shipping dot. That is very verbose. So when working with packages, we often use the second approach using the from statement. So we can type from e-commerce shipping, import, calculate shipping. Now we don't have to prefix this function with e-commerce shipping, and we can call it multiple times in this module. So our code is a little bit shorter. But what if you want to use multiple functions in this shipping module? We can either import them all here, so calculate shipping, comma, let's say calculate underlying tags, or we can import the entire module and then access all the functions or classes in that module. So let's go, comma, let's say calculate underlying tags, or we can import shipping functions in this shipping
You want to use multiple functions in this shipping module. We can either import them.
module. We can either import them out here, so calculate shipping, comma, let's say calculate underlying tags, or we can import the entire module and then access all the functions or classes in that module. So let me revert and then access all the functions or classes in that module. So let me revert and let's say calculate underlying tags, or we can import the entire module and then access all the functions or classes in that module. So let me revert this back. To import the entire module, we type from.
To import the entire module. To import the entire module.
E-commerce, so we remove dot shipping. So from this package, import the shipping module. Now this shipping module is an object, so we can access all the functions and classes defined here using the dot operator. So shipping dot, there you go, calculate shipping. So to recap, when using the from statement, we can either start from the package and import a specific module, or we can start from package dot module and then import a specific function, like calculate shipping. So this was the basics of using packages in Python. As I told you before, packages are extremely important, especially when you want to work with a framework like Django. Use Django for building web applications with Python.
We use Django.
The framework
for building applications
like Django. Use Django for building web applications with Python. And I'm going to show you that later in this course. So in Django, we have quite a few packages, and each package contains several modules. So make sure to watch the tutorials about modules and packages one more time. Otherwise, you're going to get confused later when we get to Django.
Creating random values. Okay. If I good understood, we can create small programs in one file. However, it is not a good idea. It's not recursive. It's not recursive. It is not reliable. It is not scalable. Scalable. It's not scalable. It's scalable. So for this, we can create modules with functions, and we can add these modules into a package. After that, we can import them in two different ways. The first one, import package or package module function. Second one, from package import module function. Okay, we are gonna check what ChatGPT says about resume. It is running. Yes. You have understood the concept well. Let me refine and expand it a bit. While you can write small programs in a single file, this approach has limitations. Difficult to maintain as the code grows, harder to reuse functions across different projects, not scalable, adding more features leads or messy unorganized code. Instead, we organize code into modules and packages. Module and package in Python. Python, a single .py file, contains functions, classes, and variables. Contain functions, classes, and variables. It doesn't matter. Package, a folder contains multiple modules, and init.file. Importing modules and function. Full import with path. Import packets with path. Good for clarity, but requires typing the full path every time. Python using from import shorter syntax is still import the whole module. Method 3, importing specific functions. Most efficient when you only need a specific function. May cause name conflicts if another module has a function with the same name. Would you like may cause name conflicts if another module has a function with the same name? If another module has a function with the same name. Name conflicts. Ok. Eran supuestamente 25 minutos, pero le dimos una hora de corrido. Vamos a descansar 5 minuticos y ya continuamos. Muchas gracias por los que siguen viendo, por los que no, por los que verán en un futuro. Bye bye. Ya nos vemos en 5 minutos. Tun, 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 tun.